Welcome to another edition of the Turnpike Sports Book Report. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're here to give you a whip-around look at some of the latest news coming out of the gaming and sports betting industries. This week in our state and national reports, we're going to be talking December, January, and February numbers.
Okay.
Deals, we've got a baseball deal, we got an integrity deal, and we've got a lottery deal to discuss.
Oh, okay.
Industry updates, we've got licenses, launches, and what's becoming more and more popular, cease and desist letters.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They're all the rage.
I can almost tell you who's that going to. So.
And legislative roundup, Vermont, New York, and Indiana.
All right.
We'll be right back to start talking state and national reports.
The IRS has collected over $1 billion in past due taxes this year, and they're aggressively targeting more taxpayers. Don't wait until the IRS comes knocking. Our team is here to help you resolve your tax debts before things escalate. Every tax situation is unique, and so is our approach. We tailor solutions to fit your specific needs, giving you the personalized attention you deserve. The IRS has resumed collection enforcement. Don't wait until it's too late. Our team can help you resolve your tax issues before liens, levies, or passport restrictions kick in. Behind on filing taxes? We specialize in getting you back on track by filing past returns and negotiating with the IRS. Does the IRS claim that you owe money that you don't have? We fight to lower your tax debt to an amount that you can afford. United Tax Fix. Expert help, personalized service, and the peace of mind you deserve.
Call 800-852-6985. That's 800-852-6985.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Book Report. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're going to be starting off our state and national reports going in the Wayback Machine back to December of 2024.
Wow, okay.
We have Illinois reporting their sports betting numbers. State's all-time mobile handle has passed $42.5 billion. All-time mobile revenue has passed $3.5 billion.
Wow.
The one other note for state of Illinois statewide, they had an increase of $113 million in tax revenue from the previous year.
Well, that's important for a state. That's the big number for the state.
Yes.
You know? We can always talk about handle and revenue, but the one big important thing for the state is the tax revenue.
DraftKings recorded a third consecutive month with at least $500 million in handle. FanDuel, second consecutive month with at least $500 million in handle. And Fanatics recorded its third consecutive month with at least $100 million in handle.
Okay.
Good showings by all three of those.
Absolutely.
Moving forward in the calendar, we're going to January, and we've got the state of North Carolina releasing their numbers. All-time handle has passed $6 billion. All-time revenue has passed $650 million, and its all-time tax revenue passed $115 million.
Nice. Okay.
State also
that's a relatively new state
Yes.
for sports betting, so they're doing very well.
Yes, and it was actually their first year with the Super Bowl, too.
There you go.
State also recorded 4 consecutive months of at least $600 million in handle, and its fourth month overall, not 4 consecutive, but fourth month overall with at least $70 million in revenue.
See, you mentioned the Super Bowl, so those are the numbers I'm waiting for, the state-by-state breakdown of the Super Bowl betting. I'm very curious to see what that is. I mean, I'm sure Pennsylvania is going to be through the roof.
Yes.
And,
Well, Pennsylvania set a handle record and a negative revenue. Colorado had a record game day handle, those types of things already. Maine, we've got their January sports betting report. 5th consecutive month that the state has at least $50 million in handle, and the second time with at least $7 million in gross gaming revenue. DraftKings recorded its 4th time of passing $5 million in gross gaming revenue.
So, I guess that January in Maine is very cold. So
Yes.
how that ties in with, if you want to stay home and sit on your couch and do some sports betting, that's great. But, it's insanely cold up there right
Yes,
now.
but it's DraftKings and Caesars up there.
Yeah,
so
that's...
moving over to the state of Oregon, they've got their January numbers, record revenue, record parlay revenue as well.
Okay.
Yes, 4th consecutive month with at least $80 million in handle. Table tennis, which is one of our favorite topics
Oregon
to discuss.
and Colorado. There was another state.
Vermont.
Yeah, Vermont for some reason is
Yes.
recording table tennis too.
Table tennis, third
So
most.
this is Oregon.
This is Oregon, third most bet on sport.
Wow.
But you
okay.
got to combine the pro and college football, pro and college basketball, all in lump sum. They basketball,
So
football.
wait,
in terms of just
what month is this?
This is January.
Wow, third Wow. Okay.
Well, you have multiple divisions inside football and basketball.
Okay. Yeah, but you know what?
Yeah.
Sort of, other than baseball, all the winter sports are playing, and for them to come in third, I mean,
$10.27 million in handle,
Wow.
$632,000 in revenue.
Love their table tennis.
Yes.
Huh?
And our final entry for the week, we've got the state of New York. We've got 2 entries for the state of New York. We've got their January sports betting numbers. Record handle, $2.48 billion. Record gross gaming revenue, $247 million.
Wow. Okay.
5 consecutive months of at least $2 billion in handle. For the state, we've got FanDuel setting state records for handle, just under $1 billion, $965 million. Gross revenue state record, $111 million. FanDuel also made 4 consecutive months with $900 million in handle.
Wow. Okay.
So it's incredible to see those numbers.
I know, it's January too.
Yes.
We're not even into the Super Bowl month.
Well, it's January counts
I know, but
because the futures.
Yeah, February is a weird month. I mean, when we look at the numbers, I mean, I'm sure that's coming up in future episodes of February reports, but it seems like the first half of the month is numbers are incredible, and then the second half of the month it kind of dwindles because football is done, and you have the all-star games where I gotta be honest with you, I don't watch, but now a lot of people don't watch. So February is an interesting month.
Yep, and like I said, FanDuel set state records for handle and revenue. DraftKings and BetMGM set operator records for the month.
Okay.
And the last entry for New York is the week ending February 9th. Fiscal year-to-date handle has passed $20.7 billion.
Wow.
Remember, fiscal year starts the week ending April 4th.
Okay.
It's not a full year. This is fiscal year.
Yep.
Which is incredible if you think about those numbers, $20 billion.
Yeah. No, I mean, how many more months do you have till the end of the? 2 more months? Yeah, 2 more months.
Yeah, something like that.
2.5 months, maybe.
FanDuel, $8 billion in fiscal year-to-date handle, $850 million in fiscal year-to-date gross gaming revenue as well. That's it for the state and national reports. We're going to start talking deals right now. Starting off our deals segment here, we have Sportradar leading off. And leading off is a good way of phrasing this because it's a baseball deal.
Oh, okay.
We have Major League Baseball and Sportradar Group announcing a long-term extension and expansion. An extension of their decade-long partnership, beginning with the 2025 season coming up. Sportradar will distribute exclusively Major League Baseball's ultra-low latency official data media content, including MLB StatCast data, which is really in-depth statistical.
Great. Yeah.
Whenever you're watching not the BetCast, but the StatCast that they always have now,
all right.
Those are where you're seeing that data coming out.
I saw one broadcast last baseball season, and it was an overwhelming amount of information. You ever watch? Who has the incredible amount of stock information in business? I think it's CNBC or Bloomberg. Yeah. Bloomberg is the one that has the different boxes.
They got multi-tickers going on.
That's what I was looking at in baseball. It was like, this batter, when he's facing a 2-1 pitch, he does this and stuff like it. It's incredible. I mean, I love this stuff.
The amount of data coming out of all these leagues is crazy.
I tend to forget to watch the baseball game. I'm looking at the stats and looking at the information giving. So,
Sportradar and Major League Baseball will work together to create more AI-driven products powered by player tracking data. They are going for the creation of, I'm going to use their phrasing, immersive, hyper-personalized fan experitions.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
That was just a whole bunch of marketers sitting in one room and figuring out
Tech talk and market speak.
How do we describe this in 4 words?
Well,
I would say that again. What was that?
Immersive, hyper-personalized fan experience.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I said, tech talk and market speak.
I don't know. Boy.
And Sportradar will be paying applicable annual license fees to Major League Baseball. And in exchange, Major League Baseball has acquired an equity stake in Sportradar.
Nice.
They're going to be getting about 1.8 million shares of the company.
All right.
Class A shares.
Okay.
Moving over to our integrity deal, we've got Integrity Compliance 360 announcing a partnership with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. why do individual deals when you could do one with a state?
Yeah, no, that's when you know you're doing great in the
Yes.
this industry when you do a deal with a state.
Exactly.
Good for
and
them. Good
what
for
this is, the
I
for,
IC 360. Great,
IC3
doing a great job. Well, I see them
Yes.
everywhere. They're doing a great job.
This is for IC 360's collegiate education program for the, and I have to admit, I was kind of curious at this, the single county authorities of Pennsylvania. That's
Okay.
what the individual deals are going to be with.
Okay.
It's basically to provide the education program to college-age individuals at Division I, Division II, Division III institutions, as well as junior and community colleges.
Great.
So it's actually a great partnership.
I love the fact that
I'm waiting to see
it's-
more state
I
deals.
like the different levels of colleges,
Yes.
the different divisions of colleges. It's great that they're doing that.
Yes. Moving over to Rush Street Interactive, we've got a partnership with Blueprint Gaming for the Ontario market with Rush Street Interactive. Basically, they're including the Blueprint games, Megaways games that they're specializing in, as well as the Rick and Morty Strike Back slot game and the Lost Boys slot game.
All
the
right.
Lost Boys slot game is very fun to play.
I didn't know they had a slot, so
Yes.
definitely, how long ago was that movie? Was that in the 80s, late
long
80s?
time
That was
ago.
in the 80s.
Yes.
Yeah, wow. And Rick and Morty, is Rick and Morty still on?
They just did 7 seasons.
Wow.
The 7th
okay,
season.
yeah, no.
So-
I was watching them for a while, then I stopped, then I
Yeah.
jumped back on, then I lost track.
They were canceled, and then
I
brought
remember
back, so.
they had the famous what was the McDonald's, the sauce, the teriyaki
Szechuan sauce.
Szechuan sauce. That's
Szechuan
right. Yeah,
sauce.
that's it. I couldn't remember that.
And
Is that a real thing?
yes,
Okay.
yes. Well, not the creature eating it.
No, but I
the
mean,
sauce itself, yes.
okay, all
Yes.
right. So
That comes back every so often.
okay,
Yeah.
Szechuan sauce.
Yes.
Okay.
Credit
all right.
Rick and Marty with the Szechuan sauce coming back.
Okay. All right.
Last deal of the week here, we've got Allwyn International announcing a multi-year partnership with Formula One for branding of Allwyn on the races, as well as the 75th anniversary year for the F1 World Championship. So we're going to be seeing the lottery operator all over the place
Wow, okay.
with Formula One, and also goes hand in hand with the announcement of their official partnership with McLaren Racing's F1 team.
Okay.
We're going to be seeing Allwyn branding on the top cars for F1 Racing. McLaren's drivers are going to have branded cars for them.
We're right now hitting the time of the year where every weekend I'm either watching golf or racing. So that's where we're at right now. So it's kind of that
It's that time of year.
that time of year when you start seeing those races and rounds of golf.
Yes. That's it for the deals this week. We're going to start talking industry updates right after this.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, give us a call at 800-733-6860. 800-733-6860.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Book Report. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're here in our industry update segment of the show, and we're going to start off with FanDuel. FanDuel announced during the 2024-2025 NFL season, nearly half of its customers, about 3.5 million people, reviewed their play activity using the MySpend feature.
You know, I saw that link on my FanDuel account. I have not looked at it yet, but now I think I will. I'm very curious, to kind of see what my activity was throughout the year, or season, I should say.
For those who don't know, MySpend provides customers with detailed insights on their deposit and betting activity, including amounts deposited, net winnings over the last 7 days, 4 weeks, or 3 months. You can toggle between all those. Moving on to DraftKings, the other leader in the industry here. We've got DraftKings announcing that they will provide free-to-play casino-style and sports prediction games to Delta Sky Miles members as part of its partnership with the airline.
Oh, okay. I was curious how they work that. I mean, you mentioned that a couple of weeks ago. I had the deal between Delta and DraftKings.
Yes.
So this is free. So
Yes.
it's not gambling.
Right.
Technically, it's not gambling. So.
Right. And Delta also came out with a complimentary report saying they will not be offering real money gambling on their flights, since it still is illegal to do that in flight in the U.S.
I was curious about that. When you mentioned that deal a couple of weeks ago,
There's a 1965 law in the books that says gambling on airlines is illegal in the air.
So the one of the things about gambling, cruise ships have casinos and they have to get out certain amount of miles. I think it's like 3 miles. That's like international waters. So that's when the laws of the U.S. don't apply. I was just curious, is there like some kind of altitude where the laws of the U.S. don't apply? So no, okay. No. So I was curious. I don't do aviation law.
There's a
admiralty law.
There's a federal law on the books that covers U.S. airspace. No gambling in U.S. airspace, basically. Moving over to New Jersey, we've got Evolution announcing the launch of their live dealer games on Bet365's casino platform in the state. That means Crazy Time, Dreamcatcher, Lightning Roulette, which is one of your favorites, Craps,
Love
Baccarat, and a wide variation of blackjack, such as Infinite Blackjack, Free Bet Blackjack, and Speed Blackjack.
Yeah.
Will all be available to Bet365 New Jersey casino customers.
I see their billboard going down to Atlantic City. I think it's their,
Bet365 or Evolution?
Evolution. They're studio, and they're, they'll train, dealers and things like that. So good.
Moving out to the state of Ohio, we've got Kroger, the supermarket chain.
We have a Kroger in Jersey.
We have a Kroger in Jersey.
I'm relatively close by, I think. I think we do have a Kroger. Yeah.
Okay. Never been to one.
I think I passed one, I think, in Freehold, New Jersey, too, and I think there's one near Trenton. So, I've seen Kroger here.
Well, Kroger in Ohio will be offering what's called Kroger Play, where people can go use Kroger Play. They can download the app or go to the stores themselves, the retail outlets, and actually sign up for mobile sports books like ESPN Bet. They can go through online casinos through Penn Entertainment, as well as fantasy sports sites like Owner's Box.
Okay, all right.
Through Kroger itself. I mean, they already got the permission to do the kiosks in the stores. They now have the ability to do a deal where you can actually sign up through their app to these places.
Great. I like that.
Moving over to Louisiana, we've got Live Casino and Hotel Louisiana, the Cordish companies, announcing that the new space that's recently launched will have a retail DraftKings Sportsbook.
Oh, okay, great.
DraftKings Sportsbook will be in the Sport and Social restaurant.
I love the Sport and Social.
They actually
good burgers. I can attest to the one in Philadelphia, the Live Casino Philadelphia. Sat there, ate a burger, and it was great.
That one's actually a FanDuel.
Good sports betting, and
that's a FanDuel sports bet.
I know,
this
but
is going to be DraftKings.
Well, I'm just referring to as Sport and Social. So but that good food. That's one of the criteria of a good sports book. You have to have a good menu.
Actually, a criteria of a good sports book is a LED media wall.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to have one of those there too. Yes.
So, okay, good.
Yes. Moving out to Iowa. We have Cedar Rapids Development Group and the Lynn County Gaming Association being granted a gaming license for the $275 million Cedar Crossing Casino and Entertainment Center, the largest gaming project in Iowa's history.
Wow.
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
It'll have 700 slot machines, 22 table games, and as the name suggests, an entertainment center.
Okay.
Entertainment venue.
What do you,
concerts, all that
I was
stuff.
going to say it's like a stage and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
An auditorium.
So congratulations
a gym,
to yes,
an auditorium. So,
yes.
yeah.
But congratulations. That's going to be a really big project for
Absolutely.
the state there. So
Whenever you do something that's historic, that makes history, it's
if it
important.
comes to fruition, they got the gaming license. Next step is actually moving forward with it. Going out to Illinois, we begin our streak of cease and desist letters.
Okay.
We've got the Illinois Gaming Board sending cease and desist letters to Bovada and Prize Picks.
Oh, okay.
Prize Picks was offering their against the house and peer-to-peer games in the state. Prize Picks has announced that they are working with the Illinois Gaming Board, and they will be moving forward with just the peer-to-peer games instead of the against the house version of it.
Okay, so that Prize Picks version of this is, or the section of this season, they're working it out.
Yeah, they're working it out.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Bovada on a
don't
different
know.
story, they're probably not. So
Moving over to Michigan. Michigan Game and Control Board has been busy. They have issued 9 more cease and desist letters.
9. I didn't even know there was that many.
I've never heard of some of these, to be honest
right.
with you. Bet Any Sports, Cool Cat Casino,
Okay.
Bet DSI, Solar Game Limited, Busan Trade Office, which is running Go Go Gold in the state, My Dreams Casino, Nonstop Casino, Palace of Chance. That's a good name.
All right.
XBet and WagerWeb all got cease and desist letters.
I'm curious. I'm seeing a lot of social casinos. Their television commercials.
Yeah.
Here.
We're seeing a lot of legislation now.
By the way, some pretty big stars.
Yeah.
In these commercials.
They're
I'm just very
striking
curious.
while the iron is hot.
I guess
because
so.
they may not be around much longer the way
boy,
they're going.
They got, like I always say, this is going to be a big issue.
Yes.
The social casinos and the sweepstakes casinos. Yes. So it's going to be interesting throughout this year.
Apache Nugget Casino, New Mexico, has reopened after renovations. So they are going to be 80 of the newest slot machines, a wall full of electronic table games, fully functional race and sports book. You don't see race and sports book too often
That's
anymore.
good. I like
race books.
Yeah.
And a Players Club with their reopening for the New Mexico customers.
You mentioned a race book. I mean, I was in Atlantic City, and Borgata closed their actual race book, but they kind of moved it across the hall to the sports book, and they have like a wall of races.
Yes.
So,
And last story of the week here, we've got Oddfellas up in Maine.
Oh, didn't we just talk about Maine?
Yes, they are now shut down.
Oh, what? Okay. What
They
happened?
were shut down by the Maine gambling unit for violating their license. They had what was called a commercial track license, and according to the owners, they were assured that it would carry over to the sports book on a different property. According to the Maine gambling unit, that does not work out, so they canceled the license. They've shut them down. This is going to go into the courts. We'll see what happens.
So it's shut down completely?
The sports books.
Okay.
The restaurants are still open.
Okay.
Yeah, but the sports book right now is up in the
All
air.
right.
They're shut down, so we'll see where it goes.
Okay. That was the one and only
Retail book.
I
Yep.
mean, come on, Maine. That's the one thing you had,
Yeah.
the retail book there, and we think they get that right.
Well, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
That's it for the industry updates. We're going to finish up with our legislative roundup. Starting off our legislative roundup, we're going to stay in New England for Vermont.
Vermont. Okay.
Yep.
Vermont. Wait. Vermont is my favorite state because is this the one that reports
Out-of-staters.
out-of-state bettors versus in-state bettors? Okay. Now, I kind of like that figure. I like that.
And following their one-year anniversary of legalized sports betting in the state, 2 representatives have introduced Bill H-133 to repeal the statutes that authorize the state lottery and online sports betting.
Okay. So they want
Gone.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
It's got to go through the committees and everything else. So I don't know where this is going to go.
Early in the year, there's a lot of politicians that produce legislation that aren't going to go anywhere.
No.
I mean, it's one of these things. I don't know why they do it.
They're campaigning on responsible gambling.
Yeah, okay, that's maybe they're just getting the issue in front of people and things like that.
That's what they're doing.
You're going to see a lot of early in the year.
Moving over to the state of New York, we've got Senator Adabo's SB 2616 approved by their Senate committee. Bill will allow betting on season-long prop bets, future awards winners like Heisman Trophy, and would also add betting on pregame coin tosses. Now, I don't know if that's Super Bowl only or every game, because it's very unclear.
It says tosses. There's an S on your notes here, so I'm assuming that's more than one a year.
That's what I'm assuming, too.
So, okay.
But it has to go through the Senate, House, and the governor has to sign it as well to be effective.
Okay.
And also the New York State Senate voted in favor of S2613, which requires the state to keep lottery winners' identities hidden unless the winner gives consent to release their identity.
Every state should do that. You know, people,
it should be the winner's choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Last story of the week, we've got Indiana. Indiana, we talked about this previously, House Bill 1432, which would legalize online poker, online table games, online slots. Did not even come up for a discussion in the committee meeting, which means it is not going to be discussed in this legislative session.
All right.
So Indiana is now, unless there's a special session down the road here, they will not be talking online casino or online gaming legalization.
Okay.
The reason being the bill itself was too complicated to understand.
Okay.
I think some people just had issues with certain parts of it. So
I don't know how
that's
complicated
a nice way
it can be.
That's a nice way to say.
There are other states with online casinos and online poker, so it's,
according to the House
too.
Speaker, there were too many moving parts for people to get a grasp on what was going on in the bill.
Okay.
I think he's just trying to
like I said again, what I just said about 5 minutes ago.
He doesn't want to pick out somebody.
Early in the year, there's going to be a whole lot of legislation thrown up against a wall, and let's see what sticks in every state. So we'll see what happens.
Well, that's it for this week's Turnpike Sports Book Report. As always, there's been a ticker flying below us if you're watching us on TV. Has additional news stories for the casino and gaming industries. Also has got some food and entertainment stories as well in the ticker there. And when the show is released Monday mornings, there is always a full print version of the book report on our blog, turnpikesports.us. Click on the blog button. You'll see the stories we talked about, stories that are in the ticker, and also stories we didn't have a chance to talk about in the half hour this week. So please check that out at your leisure. And as always, info@turnpikesportsradio.com is the email address to send your announcements, news, jackpots, game announcements, legislation filings, all of that. So send it on over, and always love hearing from everybody.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.